Meanwhile, protests against the Supreme Court's ban on Jallikattu continued at Chennai's Marina Beach today as well. The Madras High Court has now said that it will not interfere in the issue of the protests in the city. The state government told protesters that it will approach the president seeking an ordinance, but the scale of the protest has made it clear that Tamil citizens are not buying into the state's promises. College students have been circulating notices on WhatsApp and other social media asking fellow students to skip classes and join the protests. In fact, they have continued in other parts of the state as well. It's no longer confined to just Chennai. More than 500 protesters were detained in Madurai on Monday. The OPS government has reportedly raised the issue with the DGP and Commissioner of Police, but are yet to tackle the protests that are taking place. In fact, India Today correspondent Pramod spoke to one of the men who was detained by the Madurai police for violating the Supreme Court ban and participating in Jallikattu yesterday.
We have one person over here who was arrested at Alanganallur for protesting for Jallikattu, and his name is Ramu. Let's just ask him a question. Alanganallur, what happened? What were you doing there?
Actually, what happened there? So many of youngsters assembled in the one place. Actually, we need a Jallikattu support. Actually, the village people are...
Were you protesting peacefully? What was the reason for the police to arrest you?
We are, let's say, only calmly and they are poratam only. They are announced, suddenly they are morning 6 o'clock, they announced unofficially poratam. This is unofficially crowd. So please, decide the crowd.
Well, as you were in Alanganallur, what was the mood of the people over there? How did the villagers, did they help you in any way?
So many people are come out the home and they help to the youngest, and the villagers very calmly and help to the what we need and what we do. We know very well about the Jallikattu, as well as we know about our culture.
In fact, here's what our correspondent found from ground zero of the Jallikattu protests.
Well, Chennai is getting petrified and overwhelmed by the support the people of Chennai, especially the students over here, they are giving for Jallikattu. We are at Marina Beach. The whole 5.5 kilometer stretch is covered by students over here. There should be at least 5,000 to 7,000 students minimum at this place. All what they want, Jallikattu to be conducted and to be the Tamil Nadu farmers to be taken care of. They've been here since yesterday morning. They were here till yesterday evening as well. The whole night they made it very clear that the Tamil Nadu government had to take sturdy action to that level that the Tamil Nadu government had to bow down. They made two ministers come forward and talk to them. Minister for Fisheries, Jay Kumar, and Minister for Education, Mafai Pandirajan. They spoke to them and now they state that the state government will definitely ask the central government to take sturdy action. Not just that, OPS is presently, the Chief Minister OPS is presently discussing with the DGP, and it seems like very soon he will release a statement and what should be done. But apparently the people of Tamil Nadu have lost their patience, and what you see, a culmination over here, it is a culmination of their losing patience. Students from different colleges, Law College, Presidency, Nandaraman College, prominent colleges of Chennai are over here, and they all are protesting for the welfare of the farmers and to protect Jallikattu, the tradition of Tamil Nadu. Pramod Madhav, for India Today.
ஜல்லிக்கட்டு நடக்கப்படணும், நடத்தணும், நடக்கிற வரைக்கும் இந்த இடத்தை விட்டு நீங்க நகர மாட்டேன்னு சொல்றது முக்கியமான விஷயம். இதற்கு தமிழக அரசு, மத்திய அரசு உடனடியாக செவிசாய்க்கணும்.
Yeah, obviously we were started this protest from yesterday morning, but none of the politician has been urged here. We are, all the youngsters has been given the best support from here, but we are almost all the media has taken care for us and they are taking care of our voices and telecasting, but none of the politicians has been arrived here. Obviously we will continue this until we are getting a protest has been succeeding. The politicians should be arriving here. We need OPS should be arriving here.
Okay, Mr. Saravanan of the DMK, spokesperson for the DMK, the principal opposition party, he's with us on the phone line. Would you like to appeal to people to stop holding this open defiance of what at the end of the day, Mr. Saravanan, is a Supreme Court order? What is the purpose of this demonstration?
See, this demonstration is not sponsored by anybody. This is a spontaneous overflow of emotions. Nobody is behind this. When somebody wants to express their opinion against against curtailing of their culture. What's wrong in it?
What is wrong, sir, is that the Supreme Court prohibits it.
Yes, Supreme Court may have prohibited, but the central government has got a power to ensure that Jallikattu can go on. These two powers exist on the same sphere since we are, a democratic country. So just because one thing is banned, it doesn't mean that it is totally out of the purview. The ministers from the central government, they have assured that they will ensure Jallikattu will go on. We are appealing to the central government. This protest is not against the Supreme Court judgment. This protest is against the central government and against the state government, which is not willing to allow Jallikattu. The central government can bring this Jallikattu by issuing an ordinance. The central government does not want to do that. If they do that, I think this protest will end.
But sir, in that sense, don't you think this is tantamount to trying and arm twisting the government to promulgate an ordinance? The government will function in its own time after doing due diligence on the issue.
See, this is no question of arm twisting. See, when we feel strongly about a particular issue, I think the best way is, we are peacefully protesting. When we are, from the great country where we practice non-violence and ahimsa, when there is a non-violent protest, I think this is definitely we need this pressure techniques to ensure the central government, which is not bothered. We don't know how to capture the attention of the central government. Probably this will, put them into proper senses and ensure there is a state called Tamil Nadu and there are people with sentiments, and it will ensure that, they respect our sentiments.
All right, we will get more reactions from the centre on this as well, heading into a very quick break now. But this is by all accounts an unprecedented turnout in Chennai alone. Of course, these protests we are seeing from various parts of the state. But in Chennai, on Marina Beach, over at least 5 to 6 kilometers, a sea of humanity. We'll get you a ground report as well. That's coming up in 2 minutes. Welcome back. Now, protests against the ban on Jallikattu continue at Chennai's Marina Beach. The Madras High Court has said it will not interfere on the issue, but the effort is on to try and pile on the pressure on the centre. The protesters say this is not a political movement. It is apolitical. It is led by several professionals from various walks of life as well as students. In fact, the entire movement was coordinated over the social media. A mild lathi charge was also conducted on some of these protesters. The effort now is to get the centre to promulgate an ordinance to override the ban on Jallikattu that has been imposed by the Supreme Court. In fact, Chennai was only one of the hotspots for the Jallikattu protests. Similar scenes were seen in Coimbatore, Madurai and Kanyakumari as well. India Today's Pramod Madhav in fact spoke to one of the men who was detained by the Madurai police for violating the Supreme Court ban and holding protests for Jallikattu.
We have one person over here who was arrested at Alanganallur for protesting for Jallikattu, and his name is Ramu. Let's just ask him a question. Alanganallur, what happened? What were you doing there?
Actually, what happened there? So many of friends are assembled in the one place. Actually, we need a Jallikattu support. Actually, the village people are...
Were you protesting peacefully? What was the reason for the police to arrest you?
We are all said only calmly and Araporatam only. They are announced, suddenly they are morning 6 o'clock, they announced unofficially Poratam. This is unofficially crowd. So please decide the crowd.
Well, as you were in Alanganallur, what was the mood of the people over there? How did the villagers, did they help you in any way?
So many people are come out the home and help to the youngest, and the villagers very calmly and help to the what we need and what we do. We know very well about the Jallikattu as well as we know about our culture also.
P.R. Saraswati of the AIDMK is with us on the phone line now. Is the state police equipped to deal with the kind of protests we are seeing across Tamil Nadu? C.R. Saraswati.
I'm so proud of our Tamil people. The protest is going very smoothly. No violence anywhere. They want their rights. They are fighting for the culture. They are fighting for our sentiments. They are fighting for our Jallikattu, who has been so long years. So our protesters are very, very, very honorable way they are doing it. Our government is really taking it. But only one thing is, our government, we have one problem is it is in the Honorable Supreme Court. So definitely our honorable late CM Amma also, in last election manifesto, she gave a word, Jallikattu will be back in Tamil Nadu. We will fight for it. Even in election campaign, our Amma said, we will get back. This is like Kaveri issue, Mullai Periyar issue. This is also one of the important issues, Jallikattu. Only one, because of Peta, we don't need to lose our culture. Because Peta doesn't want to, we are not bothered. Peta has nothing to do with our Tamil Nadu and Tamil culture. They just gone to the court. They said they are animal lovers. If they are really animal lovers, they would have stopped in Spain.
But ma'am, why flog the Peta?
Stop all leather shoes and leather bags.
It is ultimately the Supreme Court that has ruled against Jallikattu. Peta was only making the representation in court. Why this misdirected anger?
No, it's not a question of anger. It is in the court. But I am telling very clearly, the bull has not been asked at all. Very clearly, we said why last the Congress period, ex-minister Mr. Jairam Ramesh, he joined the bull in the banded list. It is not that violence, animal attack. It is like a children in our home. That's what we are arguing. Even in the Honorable Supreme Court, we kept this argument. Bull is like one of our family member.
But ma'am, if in that case you are directing your anger and seeking a ban on Peta, then by a logical extension, you are also casting aspersion on the Supreme Court, because the order has come from the apex court, not from Peta.
Yes, that's what we are requesting Honorable Supreme Court. Don't see Peta's statement. What Peta's statement is wrong. We can say our bull has been taken care like anything. It is like one of our family members. We want bull to be taken out from the banded list. That's the only request we are all the time keeping to the Honorable Supreme Court and to the central government. Long time we are requesting this. We want to do it. We want our Jallikattu back. This is our sentiment. This is our culture. I'm really proud to see our youngsters today. This is not a political issue. This is a people's issue. They want our culture to get back.
No, sir. Ma'am, with due respect, we can keep going on and on debating about what happened inside the Supreme Court, and you also know that there was considerable evidence placed before the court based on which it upheld the ban on Jallikattu.
Let me tell about the evidence. Peta took this cassette to the court. Yes, 2014 court gave some direction. This happened long years before, biting the tail and all, one or two places long years before. They took that cassette to the Supreme Court. After the court said and gave some direction, our Honorable Amma, that time was the Chief Minister, gave a request to the court, said this will not happen. This is not happening regularly. One or two places happen. Hereafter it don't happen. Our Amma gave a clear promise. Even the people who was running the Jallikattu also said in the court, this will not happen even one or two places. As per court direction, we will play Jallikattu. We gave assurance to the court.
But ma'am, you have gone again to the Supreme Court, and again you've got a tongue lashing where the Supreme Court said you cannot arm twist them into giving an expedited judgment. Despite that, now you are trying to bring out this show of strength for what? To pressure the center into passing an ordinance?
We are fighting for the right. What is that you're trying to bring out? We are fighting for the right.
Ma'am, fighting for the right also has to be within the bounds of law.
We are requesting Honorable Supreme Court.
You cannot have a state of anarchy where basically you say that by show of numbers we are going to outdo or completely disregard what the court has said, or try and steamroll it into acting the way you want to.
One thing I ask you, ma, Karnataka government, Honorable Supreme Court ordered them to give water to Tamil Nadu. Did Karnataka government listen to them? They didn't listen at all.
And they were given a huge tongue lashing for it.
Tamil Nadu will never do that. We respect law. We respect Supreme Court.
I'm glad you brought that up, ma'am. For one state to have disregarded what the Supreme Court said vis-a-vis releasing the water of the Kaveri, you know what happens when the law is not followed, yet you are trying to subvert the law.
Because today also why this our state government is waiting is we respect Honorable Supreme Court. So we want to go this case in a honorable way. As per law and order, we want to take this matter. That's why we are requesting Honorable Supreme Court and we are requesting central government remove the bull from the banded list. All the problems will be solved, and as per court direction itself, we'll play the Jallikattu.
Saraswati, just stay with me. I also want to bring in Khushbu of the Congress. Khushbu, do you approve of this kind of protest which is happening across Tamil Nadu, where instead of waiting for the Supreme Court's ruling on the issue, it seems that there is an effort to try and pressure the centre or the Supreme Court by the show of numbers?
All of the entire state of Tamil Nadu, we are absolutely law-abiding citizens. We respect the apex court, we respect the orders. But then there comes a time when you when you think that you haven't taken for a ride for a long time. And that is the point, the breaking point which we see in Tamil Nadu now. As far as the protests are concerned, they're very peaceful protests all over Tamil Nadu, and I think we have the democratic rights to have a peaceful protest. Nobody can deny us that. We need to understand that Jallikattu is our pride. You cannot separate a Tamilian and a Jallikattu. You cannot say these two Jallikattu and a Tamilian are two different things. We both are combined together. It's an inborn thing with us. So we need to understand that you cannot take away Jallikattu. We say that you have brought in a ban. The government should have brought in an ordinance. The AIDMK government should have sent a letter to the Prime Minister much earlier. Last 3 years we have been seeing 15, 16 and 17 this year. We have been seeing that you're testing the patients. Okay, it will happen this year. It will happen this year. It will happen the next year. Now we have been talking about it. This we are going to talk till the protests are there because we know 4 days you talk about it and the 5th day there will be some other jumla and you'll forget about it. Nobody is going to turn and look at Tamil Nadu. So it's not that we need. It's a pride. So we are asking for something which is rightfully ours. You bring in a regulation. You tell us what needs to be done.
Okay.
You take an action if we overlook the regulation. We give you all the freedom to that. We are law-abiding citizens, but don't take away which is absolutely ours. It's a pride. You cannot take away Jallikattu from us.
But then why not just wait for the Supreme Court to rule on it? The matter is in Supreme Court.
There's no ordinance. You have AIDMK. A very good friend of mine from AIDMK, C.R. Saraswati, is there with you on the line. I am saying, why take so long?
Okay.
Why 3 years? Why it has taken 3 years? For the state government. You have state government and the central government there from 2014. Why every year we see the local BJP ministers, MOS saying that, okay, we are going to have Jallikattu this year. But it's only towards the end. 14 is the 13, 14 is the Jallikattu.
Okay.
And then you have the last minute, you will have a week before. Oh, we have sent a letter to the, we are talking to the Supreme Court. We have sent in a letter. We have done and then nothing comes up. And they say, sorry, the Supreme Court couldn't do anything about it. And we cannot go against the Supreme Court.
All right, Khushbu, thank you very much for having spoken to us. Thanks also to C.R. Saraswati of the AIADMK. We are on this story, these images coming continuously from Marina Beach, from across Tamil Nadu as well, in Kovai, in Coimbatore, in Madurai. Protests being reported, unprecedented sight from Tamil Nadu. We are on this story on the other side of a quick break. Pongal may be over, but the fight for Jallikattu continues. Chennai's Marina Beach turned into a Tahrir square of sorts, all seeking the continuance of Jallikattu. Students turned up in large numbers, staging massive protests at Marina Beach, demanding. Well, after the politics, now people on the streets have taken up cudgels against the ban on Jallikattu during Pongal. These protests against the ban continued at Chennai's Marina Beach today as well. The Madras High Court has now said it will not interfere in the issue. The state government, meanwhile, told protesters it would approach the president seeking an ordinance, but the scale of the protest has made it clear that Tamil citizens are not buying into the state promises. College students have been circulating notices on WhatsApp and other media asking fellow students to skip classes and join in the protest. In fact, they have continued in other parts of the state as well, no longer confined to just Chennai. More than 500 protesters were detained in Madurai on Monday. The OPS government has reportedly raised the issue with the DGP and the Commissioner of Police, but all the protesters are yet to be reined in. In fact, my colleague Pramod Madhav spoke to one of the men who was detained by the Madurai police for violating the Supreme Court ban and participating in Jallikattu, as well as seeking the ban on Jallikattu removed.
We have one person over here who was arrested at Alanganallur for protesting for Jallikattu, and his name is Ramu. Let's just ask him a question. Alanganallur, what happened? What were you doing there?
Actually, what happened there? So many of friends are assembled in the one place. Actually, we need a Jallikattu support. Actually, the village people are.
Were you protesting peacefully? What was the reason for the police to arrest you?
We are all said only calmly and they are poratam only. They are announced suddenly. They are morning 6 o'clock. They announced unofficially poratam. This is unofficially crowd. So please. please decide the crowd out.
Well, as you were in Alanganallur, what was the mood of the people over there? How did the villagers, did they help you in any way?
Yeah, so many people are come out the home and help to the youngest, and the villagers very calmly and help to the what we need and what we do. We know very well about the Jallikattu, as well as we know about our culture also.
In fact, far from thinning, the numbers in support of Jallikattu have only grown, not just in Chennai but also in Madurai and Coimbatore. Here's a ground report that Pramod sent from Madurai just a while ago.
Well, Chennai is getting petrified and overwhelmed by the support the people of Chennai, especially the students over here, they are giving for Jallikattu. We are at Marina Beach. The whole 5.5 kilometer stretch is covered by students over here. There should be at least 5 to 7,000 students minimum at this place. All what they want, Jallikattu to be conducted and to be the Tamil Nadu farmers to be taken care of. They've been here since yesterday morning. They were here till yesterday evening as well. The whole night they made it very clear that the Tamil Nadu government had to take sturdy action to that level, that the Tamil Nadu government had to bow down. They made two ministers come forward and talk to them. Minister for Fisheries, Jay Kumar, and Minister for Education, Mafai Pandirajan. They spoke to them, and now they state that the state government will definitely ask the central government to take sturdy action. Not just that, OPS is presently, the Chief Minister OPS is presently discussing with the DGP, and it seems like very soon he will release a statement and what should be done. But apparently the people of Tamil Nadu have lost their patience, and what you see, a culmination over here, it is a culmination of their losing patience. Students from different colleges, Law College, Presidency, Nandaraman College, prominent colleges of Chennai are over here, and they all are protesting for the welfare of the farmers and to protect Jallikattu, the tradition of Tamil Nadu. Pramod Madhav for India Today.
All right, in fact, Pramod Madhav now joins us live from Chennai. In fact, can you speak to more people, those who have turned out? What draws them here? What compels them to actually take up this movement as an independent, apolitical one, Pramod?
Well, Padmaja, I have to say that I was with that crowd for a very long period, and I could say that this is not a crowd of a combined one. It's not like one crowd from one party or one organization. I could see people from various colleges, IT officials and normal people, they all there. Even school students were there. They just come for one basic reason, one simple reason, stating the culture and tradition of Tamil Nadu should be protected. For them, Jallikattu is a very important culture of Tamil Nadu, and they are not happy the way the state government is handling it. Well, I have Saravanan from DMK who could give us more clarity on the way how the government of Tamil Nadu should have taken care of this situation.
See, first of all, the Chief Minister himself gave an assurance. Not just an assurance, he said that whatever it is, Jallikattu will go on. But after making that statement, the DMK party has not done anything. The Chief Minister has not done anything. See, they have 50 MPs in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. What have they done? Except just trying to, crash the Prime Minister. Apart from that, they have not done anything at all.
Well, I have to ask you this. Presently, there are thousands of people protesting all across Tamil Nadu. What is the immediate step ADMK should take to revert the situation?
I think the Chief Minister himself should go meet the students who are protesting there and give them the assurance what his party intends to do, and keep up with that assurance and remove this stalemate. The first step should be he should be on the ground there.
Well, how about this crowd not having any kind of political affiliation to it? It seems like a completely neutral crowd.
See, it is indeed a proud moment that so many people without any compulsions or without any prodding, they had come out on their own. I think this is a spontaneous overflow of emotion. That's what I would get. It's a very nadir moment in the state of Tamil Nadu. In recent times, we are totally overwhelmed by the emotions of the people, and we want to ensure that this crowd or this people who have come there should reach the target. They should achieve it. That's what we want.
Well, Padmaja, there you have it, this issue of saving the tradition of Tamil Nadu. They want not like complete Jallikattu, they want regulation, and more than that, the crowd over there, in fact, they spoke to us, they want the chief minister, the authority, to be present at the beach and talk to them. They want him to come for a talk. Apparently, I don't think it is possible for now, because inside ADMK camp itself, there is a bit of communication as to who is going to be the leader, and that could be the reason that is avoiding the OPS to come and meet them. And not just that, even yesterday while the protest was happening, there was an instance where, since it was MGR's centenary birthday, O. Paneerselvam and Sasikala were watching a digitized print of MGR's Ayirathil Varvan, which did not go well with the crowd, and they are really mocking it right now, Padmaja.
All right, so where does this protest go from here? Is the state government even in talks with the centre for the ordinance to be promulgated? Because an effort to do that ahead of Pongal did not fructify.
Well, the state government is not clear on what instant it should be done now. For instance, yesterday, the Minister for Education, Mr. K. Pandirajan, and the Minister for Fisheries, Jayakumar, were the person who spoke to the volunteers, not the Chief Minister. And these two ministers, they have assured that another letter, another statement would be immediately, effectively sent to the centre, and the state government would pressurize the centre to bring a promulgation, but they are not sure what the chief ministers to take an action. They immediately wanted to disperse the crowd. Unfortunately, the crowd did not disperse. It is still standing there. A strong crowd of more than 8,000 people are still standing in Marina Beach, showing the strength and showing what the Chennai youth can do, Padmaja.
All right, who are the leaders of this crowd, Pramod? Who is leading the protest at this point?
Well, I'll in fact put this to the party lead itself. I don't see any kind of leader of any organization here, or any, as I said, no party affiliation itself. So who is bringing this crowd together?
See, I think it is spontaneously they are crowding up a few people. First, I think it started with a group of youngsters a few weeks back joining in Marina in support of Jallikattu. I think it has sparked, and now it has captured the imagination of every youth and every student in the city right now. I think this is going across viral in the state, in all the major headquarters and major places. The students throughout the state of Tamil Nadu are taking care of this. I think nobody is organizing it. It is like self-organized, and they are just pointing out the places, and in the important places they are assembling and showing their solidarity with Jallikattu.
Well, DMK is a party that usually has this revolutionary movements and bringing students together. If I'm not wrong, I'm talking about the Moripur as well. But now you see a group without any affiliation. Will DMK support this group?
See, certainly, I wish to point out that it was on January 3rd, before anybody could do anything, our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, kick-started these protests for Jallikattu. I think I would say that was the sparking point. You know, that protests could definitely have some impact, and our leader supports it. Our party wholeheartedly supports this movement. We are not here for politicizing this issue. Our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, visited the Marina Beach, where they are having this agitation, and offered his support to them, and ensured, he also made a statement that I don't want to politicize this. So we are more particularly bothered about the Jallikattu happening rather than claiming credit or having politicized this issue.
Well, in fact, it is true, Padmaja. Yesterday, not just M.K. Stalin, many leaders, many personalities from the cinema field, they all extended their support by going to the place as well. Not just that, it seems like Tamil Nadu, especially Chennai, is following the same pattern like the Arab Spring. What we are seeing right now is the Tamil Nadu Spring, where social media is playing a very crucial role in bringing these people together for one cause, and what you see there right now is the actual outcome of that cause, Padmaja.
All right, just stay with me, Pramod, because I also want to go across to Akshita, who is in fact in the middle of that entire protest, the entire demonstration that is currently taking place. Who are these people who have turned out? What is their age group? Do they have any political affiliations? And what brings them out in support of Jallikattu, Akshita?
Padmaja, it's completely apolitical. In fact, reports suggested that a couple of political flags were put up, but these groups that were present here immediately pulled them off. It's people really from all walks of life. You can't really just put a point to it and say these are the people here. There are students here, there are corporates here, there are people from across Tamil Nadu also who have come together. In fact, we've got a bunch of youngsters here. you can see we're pretty much crammed into a corner, which is why I can't show you around as to what's really happening. But tens of thousands of people, and I can tell you that by the passing hour, in fact, the crowds are only increasing here, and you see a lot of youngsters. Many people, you understand, have bunked their colleges, have taken breaks from their work. Even at Tidal Park, which is another prominent location in Chennai, we saw a human chain of sorts being formed. So, of course, at this point, it looks like these protests are not going to die down. They have only one demand. There's only one voice coming out here, Padmaja, and that is that we want Jallikattu. There are several questions being asked to the state government, to the courts, to the centre, even where they're saying that Jallikattu itself is being misrepresented. I've got a bunch of youngsters here with me. Unga demand primarily என்ன?
ஜல்லிக்கட்டு கண்டிப்பாக நடத்தி ஆகணும். இது எங்கள் கல்ச்சருக்காக மட்டும் இல்லை, இந்த காளைகளை காப்பாற்றுறது மட்டும்தான். அதாவது இந்த சிஎம்மும் சரி பிஎம்மும் சரி ரெண்டு பேருமே எங்களோட கோரிக்கையை ஏற்றுக்க மாட்டுறாங்க. இந்த கோரிக்கையை ஏற்றுக்க சொல்லி தான் நாங்கள் இத்தனை நாள் போராடிட்டு இருக்கோம். நேற்றுலேருந்து போராட ஆரம்பித்து 300 பேர்லேருந்து இப்போ ஓவர் நைட்டில் 3000 பேராக மாறிச்சு. இப்போ 10,000 பேர் இருக்காங்க. இதே தொடர்ந்து இருந்தாங்கன்னா நாங்கள் இன்னும் போராட்டத்தை விடுற மாதிரி இல்லை.
Okay, so essentially they're saying that they won't stop this protest until the Chief Minister or the Prime Minister steps in, listens to their voice and ensures that Jallikattu is not banned. I've also got another young protester who's been here since yesterday. At this point, voices going out to the Chief Minister, to the Prime Minister, all of that. But do you see any change really happening, or are you going to continue this protest till something happens? Because this is really something that the Supreme Court is looking into.
We keenly watching our government, what action they are going to take care. If the things are not happening by today, we are definitely going to extend our arm in terms of numbers, in terms of mass protests, in terms of hard protests. So we like our government to involve, to represent from our feeling to our identity to the central government, to the Supreme Court, to express our basic feelings that they will understand, I believe. So we want our government to involve in this case and to get it done from our Supreme Court.
Okay, I also want to show the kind of things, the placards and all of that are being raised. A lot of voices against Peta as well, and you can hear the Alright, so you can hear the kind of agitation, the kind of really passion that they have with regards to Jallikattu. A lot of people have been talking about Peta, and they've all been saying that, Peta is not something that understands Tamil pride, it understands the sentiments behind this. What is Tamil pride? What is everyone talking about when they say that this is Tamil pride?
Something, if you ask about our internal pride, we cannot say it's our pride, this is our pride. It's all our basic feeling. Feeling can be expressed only the way it is being conducted. It's Tamil pride. We need not to explain to Peta or anybody. It has to be conducted. We want our government to take it up. We want it to be conducted. We don't want Peta to understand our feelings or our Tamil nation pride or what identity, whatever it may be. We want it.
What about you? Everyone is asking, what is the state government doing? Do you feel that the state government has not answered up, has not, lived up to your expectation?
Yeah, state government is not at all ready. I think OPS is eating mixture, I think. So once the mixture completed, then he will come back. If you want more mixture, we are ready to give money. We are ready to give more mixture, including your cinema. Okay. First of all, I strongly condemn the police who used the in Alanganallur, they used lathi charge on this. So after the lathi charge only we gathered here. The pain of our heart will come out here. We won't get back from this struggle until we get back the Jallikattu. I'm surely saying that we won't wait for the next year. This year, this day, we should play this. Till the next year we will play. Even in Marina also we will play Jallikattu here.
Okay, so this is becoming a statewide agitation and to a large extent a nationwide also, Padmaja. I was speaking to a lot of people earlier who've now appealed to people from all states, from all walks of life to come together for this particular agitation for Jallikattu because they claim that this is a national issue, a crackdown that everyone really should be concerned about.
But also, can you just get us an idea of who these people are, what walks of life do they come from? Because what is significant this time around, Akshita, that these are not political entities. They are not affiliated to any political party. And specifically, how and what draws these people out of their houses and their offices and their comfortable everyday existence to root for a cause like Jallikattu? If you could just ask them that.
to give you to really give you a sense of the kind of people here. I'm going to quickly ask them where they're from, what they do. Padmaja, what do you do? Are you a student? Are you a corporate? Why have you come here? You know, because we're trying to figure out what group of people it is that's come together here.
I am working in a corporate MNC. We don't have leave. We are working for a Korean corporate MNC. Koreans are understanding our feeling when we are applying for a leave, saying that we are going for a protest to save our identity, to protest our identity like that.
How did you find out about this agitation? Was it on social media or how did you find out?
No, actually, basically, I am from Madurai. I know how the people will feel. Actually, I was there in Alanganallur. After that, I have started for my work after the Pongal holidays. So, it's happening in my capital. The capital shows the weightage of all the Tamil Nadu people. So if it is happening in the capital, why can't we? So it is from our company right now. We are 5 to 10 members. Okay. Tomorrow, if it is not going to be closed tomorrow, our company people will be here.
Okay. Are you a student? Are you working with an IT?
Yeah, I do working in an IT company. Yesterday I was in my native. I felt very bad. I missed the protest in Marina. So in the night itself, I traveled here and I want to say that Peta, it should be banned from India. It's their actual motive is not at all saving the breeds and all cattle and all.
Okay. நீங்க பண்றீங்க?
நான் ஆவடியில இருந்து வந்தேன்.
ஆவடியில இருந்து. நீங்க ஸ்டூடெண்டா இல்ல கம்பெனில வேலை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்களா?
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்.
நீங்க?
நான் கம்பெனில ஒர்க் பண்ணேன், பிரைவேட் கம்பெனி.
Okay, so you see, Padmaja, that this is really a sentiment that brought them all together. Their demand for Jallikattu it's brought them together. There are students here, there are corporates. All of them have stopped work. They've taken half day, they've taken leave, they've bunked their classes if it's a college student to just come down here and show their solidarity for this cause. As I pointed out earlier, the scorching day. We're talking about 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Chennai. It's very humid. This is the Marina Beach. You can imagine what kind of support, what kind of sentiments there are with regards to Jallikattu to bring so many crowds here. And I can tell you that when I came here about an hour back, it was pretty empty, but you can see that the crowds are increasing. And there isn't just one group that's organized this. This has been a mass social media movement of sorts. We saw this during the Chennai floods as well. Everyone in the country, in the world marvels at how the Chennai youth really amassed a movement during the Chennai floods. We're witnessing something very similar here where the people are saying that this is our voice, it's our movement and we want our voice to be heard so that the government steps in or the courts realize that this is an issue that we will fight for till our last breath.
Also, Akshata, over the last 2 days especially, these protests have been likened to Tahrir Square for no other reason except that there are these young people who are turning out. How are they reacting to these comparisons?
Padmaja, there are many of them who come out to say that, no matter what, they will sit out here. Whatever comparison it is, at the end of the day, they believe that what they're doing is historic. I've really spoken to a lot of people here, how they feel about this. And I also asked them, how is it really amass this kind of a movement in India, which is something that's very, very unique. And because of that, really, they say that this is simply the power of social media put forth, and this is what social media can do. Akshaya here has, been tracking all the developments here. She's been here for the last 2 days, literally spending a night as well here. You don't see this anywhere else, possibly nowhere even in the world.
Well, Akshita, this is a surprise that only Chennai can always surprise you with. We've seen it during the Chennai floods, then during Cyclone Varda, how youngsters had volunteered into these kind of protests and activities to rescue the state or the city that they call themselves homes. And right now we're seeing that the protest that is going on here, it's not something that they have done for 1 day or 2 days, but they're ready to stay here as long as their demands are catered to.
Many comparisons definitely, Padmaja, Tahrir Square also being one of them, but at the end of the day, this is something that we've never seen. I myself have come down here for the last 2 hours. On my way here also, I saw it was a 3-kilometer stretch. That's chock-a-block with people who are not disrupting traffic, who are keeping it peaceful, who are distributing food and supplies to everyone to keep them hydrated as well.
All right, Akshata and Akshaya, just stay with me. We have to head into a very quick break, but mind-boggling those pictures that we are getting from Marina Beach among other places in Chennai. Stay tuned to India Today for more live updates on that. Back in 2 minutes. Well, Pongal may be over, but the fight for Jallikattu continues. Chennai's Marina Beach turned into a Tahrir square of sorts for Jallikattu students, taking up the cudgels against the ban on the bull taming sport. Massive protest that continued. It's been 30 hours, and these crowds are showing no signs of killing. Well, this issue has hung fire for several years now, but could this be Tamil Nadu's defining moment in its fight for the continuance of Jallikattu? That's going to be our focus through the day, and in the next half an hour, we're going to be taking your calls live. Is this going to be a defining moment for the state in the fight for Jallikattu? Don't forget to call in over the next 30 minutes. Good afternoon, I'm Padmaja Joshi. Also had a ground report from Marina Beach where I'm going to be joined by my colleague Akshita Nand Gopal. That and much more. But first, as always, the headlines. But before we do that, let's cut straight across to my colleague Akshita Nand Gopal. She's right in the middle of that sea of humanity that's turned up at Marina Beach. Have you ever seen anything like this, Akshita?
Thanks, Padmaja. So before we talk to people on the ground, here's a look at what's really happening, and no, I haven't seen anything like this in Chennai. This is the power of a democracy, quite literally, Padmaja. This is the power of the people. I'm standing on the sidewalk of the Marina Beach. People are gathered here. They've spilled onto the beach also, as you can see, huge crowds that have gathered. There are students from all walks of life. There are corporates. There are people from across Tamil Nadu who've come here. Several people who live in Chennai, so they've come down to show their solidarity with their native place, with the farmers of their regions. In fact, here as well, you can see people seated on the stone benches here, and they're all screaming in protest, raising the slogans, and of course, demanding action. Let's try to get in a quick word from these people as well. If you can talk to us, tell us exactly where you're from, why you decided that this cause is more important than your work or your college.
Yeah, I'm from Chennai. My hometown is Chennai. This is because we want a native breed to be there. We don't want to go extinct. So that's why.
Tell us, I'm hearing slogans against Peta, against animal rights groups. The Supreme Court itself has observed that there is a certain brutality, there's a certain cruelty to Jallikattu. What do you have to say to them?
No, the thing is, I'm basically from Chennai, and I have no idea like how the cows and all are like brought up from like in the village. So the Peta has no idea how the cows
Have you ever seen Jallikattu being performed?
No, actually no. But I really would love to watch it.
So why are you here? Who are you here to represent? Why are you here? Why do you believe Jallikattu should not be banned?
That's because it's a culture. It's the Tamil culture which has been like there for like some 2,000 years. So we need it. It's our culture. It's our identity.
So this is what students have to say here. All of them saying that this is a question of pride. This is a question of identity. I have a group of people here as well. What exactly do you mean when you say Tamil culture, when you say Tamil pride? Because this is something that's come up time and again.
Actually, the current scenario is we have been waiting from since 3 long days, and the current ruling party has not been supporting us. Actually, we have not elected them to be in a spectator, right? They must have to come, and regarding this, they have to help us.
Okay. I'm going to also get in a few Tamil reactions here. People from all walks of life, as I pointed out earlier, from across Tamil Nadu have come down here. Neenga kuda unga native enna?
Pudukottai ma'am.
Pudukottai la neenga Jallikattu paathirkeenga?
Chennai la inga padichittu irukom ma'am.
Illa neenga paathirkeenga Jallikattu?
Paathirukom ma'am. Ipa pongalukku poyirundha poldu kuda nadandhathu ma'am enga oorla.
Nama viewers ku explain pannunga enna exactly Jallikattu enna aidum anga?
இல்லை மேம், ஜல்லிக்கட்டில் வந்து ஆக்சுவலாக இவங்க சொல்கிறது வந்து காலையை குடும்பப்படுத்துகிறோம் அப்படின்றாங்க. அது நடக்கிறது கிடையவே கிடையாது மேம். ஆக்சுவலாக ஒரு ஜல்லிக்கட்டுக்கு ஒரு பிளேயர்ஸ் உள்ளே போகிறாங்க அப்படின்னாக்கா அதுக்கு முன்னர அவங்க நிறைய மெடிக்கல் ஃபிட்னஸ் சர்டிஃபிகேட்ஸ் எல்லாமே கொடுக்கணும். அது இல்லாத ஈவன் அந்த காலைக்கு ஒரு நகத்தில் கூட கீழல் வரக்கூடாதுங்கிறக்காக அந்த பிளேயர்ஸ் உள்ளே போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நகம் கூட வந்து வெட்டியிருக்காங்களா இல்லையான்னு பார்த்து தான் உள்ளே அனுப்புவாங்க. அது போல தான் நாங்கள் வந்து
Okay, so what he's saying is that in Jallikattu there are specific rules that are placed out. People have to cut their nails before they enter so they don't harm the bull. They're not allowed to carry any accessories or weapons with them to ensure that animals are not harmed. So this is what people here have to say, that Jallikattu is a safe sport, is their way of expressing love to animals, to bulls. It's a part of their culture, and that's why organizations like Peta do not really understand the sentiment or in fact the sport at all is their contention.
All right, we will in fact go back to Akshita for a ground report for more reactions from there. Very, very interesting that you've got a bunch of really young people who have turned out. They believe this is their fight to retain their culture, to stop it from being snatched away. One of our viewers, Ram, is with us on the phone line now. Ram, which side are you on?
Well, I would just like to say that this country, we are a democratic country. In a democratic country, the country is by the people, of the people and for the people. And if the people want to have this kind of celebration, which is deeply enshrined in their customs, then the court has got no place whatsoever. They should go on with it.
All right, thanks Ram. Vijay from Chennai also with us on the phone line now. Yes, Vijay?
Yes, ma'am.
What are your thoughts?
Ma'am, I am surely against to ban on Jallikattu, ma'am.
Why is that? Have you ever practiced Jallikattu?
First of all, some people like Peta, they are sitting in AC, they don't do any groundwork, ma'am. They have to see how farmers are affecting. This is basically the basic mistakes, ma'am. Someone like Peta sitting simply can't come. They have to go to the farmers, they have to ask. High Court has to ask from the farmers, ma'am.
And you, Vijay, have you gone out ever and seen how Jallikattu is performed or actually played it yourself?
Ma'am?
Have you ever participated in Jallikattu?
Ma'am, in Alanganadu, Avaniyapuram, Teelamedu, these are the famous places. Every year we used to visit there, ma'am. We used to see there is nothing like Beta commitment there. Just against, that's like carpet people, ma'am. That is truly false, ma'am.
All right, thanks very much, Vijay, for calling in. So here are people who are saying that they've seen firsthand the performance of Jallikattu, never found any evidence of cruelty, of course. The Supreme Court thought otherwise. And in fact, Akshita, there seems to be a lot of anger, in particular for Peta, because they were also party to this petition against Jallikattu, completely ignoring the fact that ultimately it was the Supreme Court who ruled against Jallikattu, not Peta.
Absolutely, Padmaja. I've seen endless, posters, banners, all of them lashing out at Peta. There is also considerable anger against the likes of Subramanian Swamy, who have voiced the opposition to Jallikattu. But this is a movement that's been triggered by social media. Why did you come out here? Because it's so hot, it's humid. For the last 24 hours, people have been standing with with no supplies really, because everything's being provided locally here. It's not easy. There's no chairs to sit on. You're all standing and moving together.
Actually, I want to share one thing with you people, because we are came here not only for my heart. Lot of more or less 7 crore people are waiting for our national pride. It is Jallikattu. I want to share one thing with you people. We love India, but it's not a pain for us. It's a line for our gain. We need Jallikattu. 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 We need Jallikattu.
Let's also find out, how long these protests will go on. When do you think these protests will end? Will you continue till some action is taken?
Yes, obviously, because it's not even, it's actually going on from 3 or 4 days. And we don't know whether the end is going to happen, but we'll still make till the judgment is there.
Okay, all right.
We need a mutual understanding between the government and us. Okay, this is a tradition which has been followed years long back. Okay, so we cannot leave our tradition as just like that. So we need a mutual understanding from the government as well as like state government as well as from the central government. We need a mutual understanding. Okay.
Okay. So, I want to just quickly also show you how people here are managing all these kind of water packets. These are being distributed to every single person here. There are cartons of these and everyone's handing it out, got like buckets of them and handing it out. So you see a lot of this kind of social work also being done to sustain this kind of a mass protest. There's also food being distributed. There are stalls across the Marina Beach as well from where you can get food. We'll slip into a short break. We'll continue getting you all the latest from right here at the Marina Beach with the voices from the people, the voice of Chennai, right here on India Today. Stay tuned.
We've been getting you pictures from Marina Beach where since last night the number of people have only increased, demanding that the ban on Jallikattu be lifted. But Chennai is not alone. Similar scenes that we've got from across the state, Coimbatore, Rameshwaram, Madurai. In fact, a mild lathi charge had to be conducted on some people in Madurai. But the protests by and far remain completely peaceful. The demography of these people who have turned out makes this extremely interesting, perhaps a pivotal moment for Tamil Nadu in the fight for Jallikattu. We've got a viewer, Vaishali from Chennai, with us on the phone line. Vaishali, are you also thinking of participating in these protests? Where do you stand vis-a-vis Jallikattu?
Yeah, actually I want to clarify one stand. This is not animal torture at all. It is a part of Tamil pride. We take care of our bulls like God. So I'm part of, my native is Madurai, so I know how people take care of bulls. They are treated as gods, and we know how well we treat our bulls. So Peta has no sentiment. It has nothing to do. It does not know how we handle our bulls. So a foreign organization has no part in handling Tamil sentiments. Bulls are God to us, and so all are very proud. Chennai has come out in support of all rural parts of Tamil Nadu where Jallikattu is being.
Okay, Vaishali, very quickly let me ask you, what possibly could Peta gain from trying and taking away what you say is a peaceful tradition from the people of Tamil Nadu if it did not involve any cruelty?
See, native bulls are to be preserved well. So they don't know what's happening behind a Jallikattu. It's just a mere ban that they come. No, they just don't know how we handle our bulls. It's just animal torture. If some people indulge in animal torture, as they say in the Supreme Court videos, they should be banned, but not the entire sport. It is just a Tamil culture we have. That should not be banned at all. If some people do some mistakes with the bull and they don't follow the guidelines, okay, fine, catch them and put them under law. But never ever touch the sentiments of Tamil people. All people from city, corporate, college, everybody have broke out now. The CM or the PM should come out and they should pass an ordinance. Just because BJP does not have a Tamil base in Tamil Nadu, it doesn't mean that it does not have to do anything to Tamil Nadu. Step up and do something to Tamil Nadu. That's what we want to ask. Just because you don't have a vote base, just because you don't have a significant share in the assembly, just don't ignore us, please.
All right, Vaishali, thanks very much for calling in with your views. Of course, at this moment, the matter still remains in the Supreme Court, but people don't really have patience for that kind of logic, do they, Akshita? Because right now, it almost feels that this is an affront to their tradition and an attempt to deliberately try and snatch it from them.
And that's the sentiment really here, Padmaja, that this is a targeted attack against Tamilians, against Tamil pride, against their sport, because they claim there are so many such sports that are brutal to animals, but it's just Jallikattu that's being singled out. I also want to quickly show you the kind of placards, posters that are being raised here. Many of them talking about the kind of support that's given to Jallikattu. This is another one which speaks of the kind of demands that they have from the centre. They've said, dear Modi and BJP, pass a permanent bill for Jallikattu through ordinance. They also say remove bulls from the list of performing animals. But what's rather interesting, and I've been here for the last 3 hours, Padmaja, is the kind of anger against O Paneerselvam. If I can show this to you, if you can hold this up as well. It says O Paneerselvam 66 missing. That's what they put out. They put out missing notices, missing posters saying, can someone help us find O Paneerselvam? They also had a very interesting thing to say, which is a Tamil slang, saying that mixture is here. Where is Paneerselvam? That Paneerselvam is busy eating mixture. It's a very it's a Tamil slang really to say that he's not really doing anything. What is your demand now from the state government, from O Paneerselvam? Because I'm seeing such anger against him.
Yeah, I will come back to that. First, I have to tell about the central government. When Supreme Court gives any judgment which is related to Tamil Nadu, if it is against Tamil Nadu,
the central government will appreciate the Supreme Court. If it is favoring Tamil Nadu, central government is stopping the judgment. Actually,
so you feel there's a conspiracy?
Yeah. Everywhere, Tamil people, 100% central government is always deceiving Tamil Nadu. Actually, from the 5 months back, Supreme Court order has given that Kaveri water should come here, but Karnataka told we cannot give water. What is the action taken about the Karnataka?
Okay,
Dear
I got it. Quickly, but tell me.
Subramaniam Swami, I
got it. No, please explain to me why you feel Paneerselvam is accountable.
He has to open his mouth and tell about Jallikattu, and he has to collect he has to ordinance and pass the bill for Jallikattu. Jallikattu not for the next year. We are fighting here for this year. Jallikattu must be done this year.
Yes.
For this Modi government has to be done.
That's significant because we're seeing this happen 2 days after Pongal, so it's not really a seasonal thing. We're going to be seeing these protests continue and possibly only aggravate because they made it clear that they will not move, disperse from the Marina Beach till some action is taken. The centre is being held accountable. The state government is being held accountable. The Chief Minister, Mr. O. Paneerselvam himself, is being named here in these protests.
Very, very interesting. The multiple dimensions that this particular protest has taken on. Akshita, stay with me because I also want to take in a few of our viewers' opinions at this point. Mr. Pillai from Trichy is with us on the phone line now. Yes, sir. Go on.
Yeah, good evening. I am Pillai calling from Trichy. Rather, I'll put the statement in Hindi so that everybody understands me very well. मैं एक्चुअली 50 साल दिल्ली में रहा हूँ, उसके बाद पिछले 10 साल से मैं तमिलनाडु में हूँ. When I was in Delhi, I did not know that this is such a big pride and culture of the state. But after coming here to Tamil Nadu for last 10 years, I've seen that this is the pride and culture of our Tamil Nadu state, and this is at stake at the moment. So I would wish that the judges of the Supreme Court or center से भी कोई ना कोई मिनिस्टर्स वगैरह आके इस चीज को एड्रेस करें और ये प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने का कुछ कोशिश करें.
But sir, the problem, this is not up to the ministers. This is up to the court eventually.
जल्लीकट्टू और पोंगल मनाते हैं. So that is as important as Holi is in the north. It is the same thing. And the problem with Peta, definitely that types of norms can be taken care of by the government.
Okay, Mr. Pillai. All right, sir. Thank you very much for having called in with your views. Another viewer, Shankar from Kanyakumari, also joining us. Yes, Shankar, your opinion?
Yeah, so it is not just a sentiment, right? It is to save the breed, basically the bulls, right? So if you say there are around 12,000 bulls which were actually sold out in last year because of not having this Jallikattu. So it is like you lose the breeds and you end up in getting importing the milk from US or other countries.
Okay. All right. So you say that why grade the kind of cruelty that you met out to animals? Why should only on that ground Jallikat not be allowed? Interesting point. Thanks, Shankar, for calling in. Chellan from Chennai also with us on the phone line now. Yes, sir. Go on.
All right. So I just want to, have some few points here to say. One is, I really got, it's overwhelming looking at the protest in Chennai. Second point is, it's about the, you see, one has to understand the federal system of the country. It's a federal country, so there are different cultures, and of course religion is there. And we do have in the constitution the provisions to safeguard one's religion's sentiments or whatever. So I think it is something which the media and everyone have to look at that way, and not just to see that we are protesting against the, the country's highest court. It's not the protest. It's more of the way to express. It's the right way to express one's.
Okay, so let me just ask you a very quick counter question. You spoke about how there's a federal structure and everyone has different cultures, but then we're all governed by the same law, and the ultimate arbiter of that is the Supreme Court.
Yes, absolutely. I agree on that. See, that is the thing. You see, there has to be, the country has to move. There has to be some provisions, and we do have it in the constitution, ordinance, all these things are there to fine-tune that. So it is up to the court and the political parties will have to come up and feed us. See, it's a very simple thing. We're talking about cruelty to the animals. Cruelty it's injustice, no question about that.
Okay.
And so there, a lot of things are, see, we're all a law cases.
All right.
And there are
So that's
where law.
okay. I agree with you. A lot of people are saying that let the tradition continue, but the cruelty aspect should be controlled. That should be monitored very carefully. Thanks, Mr. Chellan, for calling in. Quick break now. On the other side, we stay with this big story. Akshita will be live with us from Chennai. Our reporters also joining us live from Madurai, from Rameshwaram. Stay tuned. That report after.